Growing up in Hispanic culture, I'm sure we can all relate to those life lesson talks we got from our parents when we were younger. Just like most, when I was a teenager, I too got those life lesson talks about how when my parents were my age, they were never able to stay up late or be lazy during the weekends. Being a teenager, the weekend was something I really looked forward to. After being in school the whole week and having to wake up early, I knew that Fridays and Saturdays I was going to be able to stay up late and not have to worry about waking up early the next day. Although my parents let that slide every other weekend of not having to wake up early, it soon became a habit where I would stay up late every Friday and Saturday, whether it be because I was at a friend's house, or talking on the phone, or on the computer, or simply watching TV. I would not be able to wake up early the next day. Because of that, my parents soon got upset because I was becoming lazy, and that's when the life lesson talk came into play. My parents would go on and on about how when they were my age, they were never able to stay up late or be lazy because their parents would get upset at them. And even if they did stay up late, they would have to wake up early the next day, which is something they wanted to instill in me. That if I were to stay up late one night, that I would have to wake up early the next day, regardless of how many hours of sleep I got. Those were my consequences. Or they would force me to wake up, even if I woke up in a very bad mood, but I knew that because my parents had already had this life lesson talk with me, I would have to deal with it, or my parents would not be able to let me stay up late any longer. Although at that time I always thought whatever my parents were saying was just because they wanted to scold me, about 15 years later, as a parent myself, I now understand where my parents are coming from and the point they were trying to make. And I'm pretty sure, as much as I would hate to admit it, I am going to be using this life lesson on my children.